Yo, what is going on, guys? Are you ready to see some absolutely insane Sabretooth Abyss gameplay? Well, if you are, you've come to the right place. But before we get into the heavy gameplay, I just want to let you guys know how all this is happening and how you can make this happen with your Sabretooth. And I think this is going to make Sabretooth one of the best options for the Abyss, so it's really cool. So it's all because of this synergy with Sasquatch. So Sabretooth, once per fight, throwing special attack 3 grants 1 persistent charge. So I remember when this synergy was first released in, I think it was when they released his abilities, and I remember a whole bunch of Sabretooth enthusiasts freaking out about this, saying this is going to bring Sabretooth to a whole other level, and me being a complete Sabretooth novice, I just had no idea how Sabretooth works. I'm still a little iffy on all of his abilities. I read through them, and I know how to play with him now, but still, I don't have it like memorized, but I didn't really know what I was talking about or really anything about Sabretooth because I never had him when he first came out. I didn't get him to like a year after, so I never ranked him up or anything. I just knew how to fight him on defense. Now, with this synergy, you can basically stack infinite Furies and bring them across an entire quest just infinitely. So in a place like Abyss, this is insane. There is no cap on his Furies, so you can literally build up so many Furies that on every hit you hit the damage cap in the Abyss. It's possible to do that, which is just insane. So basically how you want to do this is you start the fight and you're able to build up 5 Furies in a fight, just normally. So you do that, 5 passive Furies, you can just throw a special one to convert them, super easy. And then so you got to keep doing that a couple times. So another fight, build up 5 more, another fight, build up 5 more, and then you get to a point where you're at 15. And now at this point you can't build any more through normal means. But with this synergy, what you can do is you just want to start a fight, and what you need to do is every fight that you do with this synergy, you need to get off a special 3. It's very important, because if you don't get off a special 3 each fight, you lose a persistent charge, and once you go down to 0 persistent charges, you lose all your Furies. That just happened to me in the Abyss, and I'm like halfway through a path, and it's like, damn it, there goes all my Furies that I built up. So make sure you throw a special 3 just once per fight and you're safe. It'll give you a persistent charge and you'll be good. So what you got to do is throw a special 3, and what you can do is you'll throw a special 3, you'll get a Fury from that, and you'll get you also build up a regular Fury buff, and then if you end the fight, you can quit out or die on purpose, then you'll get 2 Furies passives carried over to the next fight. But if you don't want to do that, you can just do the fight normally, and when you die, you die. But just make sure you throw a special 3. That's really the important thing. So it's really not that difficult, and it's actually practical. There's an unpractical way to do it and a practical way to do it. So obviously, unless you're like a big whale and want to just dump a bunch of revives and get them up to like 100 Furies, you can do that if you want. But now let's get into the gameplay so you guys can really see how crazy this is. Alright guys, so up first here we have a Quake. So this path was Thing first, and then Omega Red, and then Quake. So I built up Sabretooth quite a bit on Thing, all through Omega Red, and by this point I'm at 51 Furies, and this was doing it more so of the impractical way of, starting the fight, going to a special 3, getting the 2 Fury buffs, and then just quitting out. And that's a way to really build up the Furies if you want, and it's not even like, if you have a bunch of the 20% revives, you could do it. Some people do that right now with Aegon, just to build up his combo before you really start a path, and you can do it. But you can build up a reasonable amount of Furies in an Abyss path without doing that, no problem. Just make sure you throw that special 3 each fight. But yeah, as you can see, with 51 of these Furies, we are doing just ridiculous damage here. Our bleeds are ticking pretty nice. Our mediums are critting for like 34,000. It's absolutely ridiculous attack, man. This brings Sabretooth up to such an insane level because, some characters can get damage output like this, but it takes them a while. Like Proxima takes for a long time to build up. Guillotine takes for a long time to build up. But once you build Sabretooth up, it's just each fight, he's ready to go. He's ready to go, just this insane damage, dude. So I think this, honestly, with this synergy, because you only need one synergy, just that Sasquatch synergy, and you're good to go. So you can have 3 other spots on your team. You really only, for the other spots, you want to bring someone for any tech matchups, because those are going to be really bad for Sabretooth, especially any of the regular Tech Abyss nodes, because Sabretooth won't be able to get to a special 3 in those fights. Well, he technically could, but it's super sketchy. Would not want to risk it, because then you could lose persistent charges, and you don't want that. So yeah, you have 3 open spots, so someone for them. And yeah, honestly, that's really all you need. Sabretooth can pretty much do the rest. He couldn't do like the really niche stuff like Deadpool, but just for like an easy path, he could do pretty much all of the normal fights. I did like Medusa with him. I did Mephisto with him. I was still just building up his Furies, so I didn't even record. I really wish I recorded more on this path, but I was just trying to build up his Furies to a ridiculous amounts before I was really started recording a whole lot. I was on Captain's Abyss run, commentating with MSD, and I was just doing this while I was talking, so I was trying to have some fun with Sabretooth, really see what he can do. So I went into this fight trying to solo Quake. I thought I built up enough Furies at this point, and so I'm only doing medium, light, medium, just to get off the most damage possible. But the bad thing about Sabretooth is his crit rate is pretty low. It's like, I think he's like 15 or 16%, so he doesn't have the best crit rate, but when he does crit, oh my god, it hits so hard. And his L3 actually hits the damage cap every single time, so that is great. You'll see it does 85,000 damage, and that only counts as 1 hit. So yeah, L3 is pretty nice. I could be throwing L2s, they would hit decently hard as well, but just going for the L3s. And yeah, dude, it's just, this has got to be like one of the best. It just brings Sabretooth, who I honestly, I slept on him before this a fair bit. But it brought him to like a pretty good level, to just like an absolutely insane level. Like, this one synergy makes him so good. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, man. I love it. I really do love it. I was having just so much fun with Sabretooth here. So as you can see, we're 137 hits deep, and we got her down to 59%. Pretty good, man. It's pretty nice. I think I have suicides and boosts on for this fight. I think I put on some boosts for it. Not entirely sure. This was all on the beta server, so it's like unlimited resources. So I was just like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't, I can just, burn revives, building them up, just to see how high we can really get them, for fun. So it didn't really matter. Same with the boosts. So it's cool just to make some cool content for you guys. I was planning on trying to get to the collector actually at one point. It started with just trying to get to Quake, to solo Quake. That was the original goal, was just to get to Quake. But then I started having a fun time, and then I got like halfway through the path, and I'm like, let's try to solo the collector. And then I lost all my persistent charges, like an idiot. I didn't even know at first that you could lose them. So right there, I had 8 or L1, we died. So we did 168 hits, and we took off 50%. We took off like, I think she has like 5.7 million health, so we took off like 3 million almost, I think. Pretty ridiculous. So I built Sabretooth up some more in the fights in between here, and I got up to 73 passive Furies now. So I wanted to see if, again, pull up to Joe Fixit, if we could solo him. So again, that was the original, the next type goal, trying to get to him, to solo him. We had Ghost and Iron Man Infinity War before this guy. Those fights were really annoying. I used Guillotine 2099 for them. She did pretty good. Rank 3 Guillotine was pretty nice. I actually almost soloed Iron Man. Well, I don't know. I got him down to 15% with Guillotine in one attempt, which was pretty nice. But once you get to that last 15%, it's so nuts on Iron Man. So yeah, just so many specials. I just couldn't do anything. But with Guillotine, I was doing about like 20k damage per hit at the end of the fight. It was getting pretty ridiculous. But as you can see, with 73 Furies with Sabretooth here, we are hitting even harder, 16,000 damage on a non-crit. Like, dude, what? 30k on a light, and those bleeds are taken for 3,000. Those are just regular run-of-the-mill bleeds, nothing critical about them. I want to hit a medium crit. I want to see how much damage that does. But as you can see, at this point, I'm down to 1 persistent charge. So like I said, I didn't really know how Sabretooth worked and everything, and then MSD told me. And so at this point, it's like, if I lose that one persistent charge, I lose all my fury. So I can't afford to not throw a single special 3 in any fight, or I lose all of them. And I did end up losing them. But at this point, I was like, I don't know, we did 1.7 million damage. I just kind of stopped trying for the solo, and I decided just to build up some more furies. So that's what I did. Just kept building them up. And then next up, we pulled up to Mordo. Now this fight going in, 2.6 million health, I'm like, all right, let's go for a full legit solo right here. Let's see if we can do it. I still have my 1 persistent charge. So it's very important, just when you're using Sabretooth, if you're doing an Abyss run or a Labyrinth run, the first thing you do is get your special 3 and secure your persistent charge. So if you look up over there somewhere, where Sabretooth is, look at his icon. You see the persistent charge says 0 right now. So just watch that. Keep an eye on that. The second we throw the L3, you'll see it pop up to 1, and that means we're safe. The persistent charge is secured. It doesn't matter if we die. Nothing matters. As long as you secure that 1 persistent charge in the fight, you're good. So make sure that's very important, because it would really suck to have to build all these furies over again, because you can only build up 2 per revive essentially after you get over 15. So with 82 of these, you can see we're just hitting so ridiculously hard, man. It is absurd. 35 hits in, we already gone down to 67%. And as you can see, look back up there at that persistent charge. Now we have it. Now it's at a 1. Persistent charge is secured. The bag is secured. Special 3 did 85,000 damage. We're hitting 53,000 mediums right now. Like, this is ridiculous. And like, playing just normally, not trying to just build furies like crazy, by this point you could have like 30 of them for sure, no problem. Like 30, probably even more actually. So like, by the end of a run, you could realistically have 50 built up. Yeah. So it's definitely an option for Abyss now. You don't need Aegon anymore. He's not going to be so essential, which is great. Just opening the floodgates to more options, which is really good. So right here I decided to start throwing some special 2s just to see how much damage they do, because I'm actually trying for a solo. Before this I was just trying to build furies, and yeah, the special 2 hit pretty nice for non-crits. You know, if it does crit, I'm sure it was a 49k crit and then an 80k on the last hit part. It's pretty good. And as you can see, this Mordo is about to get soloed with ease. I think it was 98 hits. I think that's what it was. Let's see. Yeah. 98 hits. Less than 100 hits to solo an Abyss fight. And you can get these furies higher, man. It is just... it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I think he could be the best option for the collector if you build up enough furies, because you could hit the damage cap, which I think MSD said is like 45k on the collector, below a certain threshold. So it gets a solo on the collector is now possible with Sabretooth. So let that sink in. I might have to try. I might have to just go for a full Abyss run with Sabretooth. I don't know. If you guys want to see that, I don't know, like the video, let me know if that's something you guys want to see. I think we have like another day on this private beta server, so not a whole lot of time left. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys think of Sabretooth. If you guys are going to get Sasquatch and then rank your Sabretooth to do the Abyss. What do you think? Let me know what you think of these insane damage numbers. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And a little shout out to Karate Mike for making his Sabretooth videos in Labyrinth. You know, when the Synergy was first announced, I was hearing really good things, but then I didn't really see anything until Karate Mike uploaded his videos in Labyrinth and Solo and Maestro, which was pretty legit. And as soon as I saw them, I'm like, I gotta try this in Abyss. So yeah, shout out to that dude. He's a good guy. You guys should check out his channel. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.